call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Rinat Fakhretdinov is 33 years old, 6 foot with a 74-inch reach, and 24-2-1 in his career, taking on Andreas Gustafsson, who's 34, 6 foot with a 74-inch reach, and 11-2 in his career. So both these guys, 6 foot, 74-inch reach. Rinat Fakhretdinov going to be a year younger and have 27 total fights versus Gustafsson's 13 fights. So going to be a good matchup between these guys. You know, Rinat Fakhretdinov coming in off of an absolute robbery over Carlos Leal in his last fight back in October. So been out of the cage for a little bit. Curious to see how this one works out. He's been on a pretty good streak as of late. Hasn't had an official loss since June of 2014, even though we all know that he lost to Carlos Leal. He's a master of sport in combat sambo, multiple titles in pancration, started wrestling like the age of 13. Nice one too that he put down Nicholas Dalby with, and I believe Kevin Lee as well at the UFC. So mixes his striking with his clinch work and his wrestling very well. Able to get takedowns, sometimes struggles with the control aspect. This guy's kind of hot back up at times. Andreas Gustafsson fights out of Sweden, was on the Greco-Roman wrestling Swedish national team. So very high pressure, aggressive style. Dude's just an animal. Great cardio, throws heavy hands on the feet. Not the most technical at times. Keeps his chin high, can be hit, but was just beating up dudes on the regional scene. Having a lot of wars, having a lot of really good gritty performances, showing off his toughness and his just his warrior spirit, honestly. He's coming in off of a debut win over Chaos Williams. I picked against him. I thought Chaos Williams was just going to spark him coming in, just because he kind of just brawls in looking for the clinch and to beat guys up. Can be hit, keeps his chin up in the air, but he was able to just absolutely dominate Chaos Williams and had a very good performance in that one. Before that, had a TKO win on Dana White's Contender Series. So only losses are by decision on the regional scene against other guys with decent experience. So this is a very tough test for Andreas Gustafsson. Again, Rinat Fakhretdinov has a lot more experience in fights, experience in the UFC, but I'm going to go with Gustafsson in this one. You know, I think that he will have the wrestling to defend against Rinat Fakhretdinov. Fakhretdinov kind of struggles to keep guys down when he gets the takedowns too. It kind of saps at his gas tank as well. He likes to push guys back against the cage, but we saw him get controlled along the cage several times in that Nicholas Dalby fight, and Gustafsson thrives. And he's very effective in those positions. The positions that Rinat wants to get to, he's very good at those positions, reversing position, landing strikes, and kind of defending those positions as well. He does tons of damage as well, pushes an insane pace. We've seen Rinat start to fizzle in fights at times. You know, the pace of Dalby, the pressure that he was doing, it was really causing Rinat to kind of panic shoot takedowns. I think he would have lost that fight if he wasn't able to get the takedowns that he did get. Was gassing in round 3 against Alejeu Zaleski to the point where I think Zaleski got like a 10-8 round in that fight to salvage a draw. So I just think Andreas, he's very strong in the clinch. He's looking to do tons of damage there with elbows and knees. Uses his underhooks and like his Greco-Roman background to a very good job clinching, controlling. And I just think that'll be the key to the victory against in Rinat in this one, just being offensive in those positions that Renat's looking to be offensive in, taxing him, taxing the gas tank, making him scramble. If Rinat does shoot for takedowns and gets them, he's going to get right back up, make his gas tank start to go very quickly. And Rinat, when he gets tired, he resorts to the wrestling. When he's tired, he's trying to stall. When he's trying to catch a break, he's looking to get guys against the cage or get him to the ground and kind of rest. And I don't think that Gustafsson's going to allow him to do that in this fight. He's going to be offensively wrestling, defending takedowns, looking to do damage the entire time, looking to push a super high pace. So I think that Rinat doesn't have, I don't think he's going to have the cardio or the striking to be able to deal with somebody like Andreas Gustafsson. I don't think he's going to be able to get enough respect to keep Gustafsson off of him, and I don't think he's going to be able to maintain the wrestling offense and defense and clinch work for a long enough time to be able to withstand the onslaught coming his way from Gustafsson. So a concern for Gustafsson, though, is, you know, he does come in wild, kind of loops his punches at times, keeps his chin up in the air like I mentioned earlier. So, you know, he can be hit. Was hit a lot on the regional scene by guys who aren't nearly as good as Rinat Fakhretdinov. But that's what I thought against in the fight with Chaos Williams. I thought that was going to be his undoing in that fight, and he absolutely dominated that fight. So it is a concern. Rinat Fakhretdinov, he does have power on the feet, but he's cracking guys moving forward. We saw that against Nicholas Dalby. We saw that in the Kevin Lee fight. When he's pushing forward, he's able to land that 1-2 in his straight punches, but he's not cracking guys on the back foot. And I don't think he's one of those guys who's used to really being pushed back. So I'm going to go with Andreas Gustafsson to get this one done. I think he's an underdog. No, he's the favorite now, -125. So yeah, I'm going to go with Andreas Gustafsson to get this one done. I think he can overwhelm Rinat Fakhretdinov and kind of nullify what Rinat Fakhretdinov does well, and kind of what his game plan is going to be. So I'm going to go with Gustafsson to get this one done by decision. Thanks.